After Han Li broke through to the late Nascent Soul stage, just how strong was he? He not only easily shattered the existing order in Tiannan and swept through the chaotic Star Sea, but he could even kill a Nascent Soul Elder with a 30% chance of success, becoming an existence that no one in the entire cultivation world dared to provoke. When he broke through to the late Nascent Soul stage and returned to the Luoyun sect to hold his advancement ceremony, the entire Tiannan cultivation world was shaken. This ceremony was not merely a celebration, but a declaration of Han Li's challenge to the entire Tiannan order. Facing all the Nascent Soul elders present, he issued a startling challenge, vowing to single-handedly defeat the two giants of Tiannan, Wei Wei'ai and the Hehuan elder. Most cultivators thought Han Li was overconfident. After all, Wei Wei'ai and the Hehuan elder were both renowned late Nascent Soul experts, and their combined strength was unfathomable. However, what followed completely overturned everyone's understanding. In the battle against Han Li, the two late Nascent Soul experts were utterly powerless, easily crushed by him. The onlookers, witnessing this scene, were all terrified, bowing their heads, unable to look directly at this suddenly appearing powerhouse. The landscape of the Tiannan cultivation world was thus rewritten. However, some remained skeptical, including Venerable Jiang. Confident in his superior cultivation, he refused to believe Han Li was as terrifying as rumored. He secretly infiltrated the Luoyun sect, attempting to challenge Han Li and prove his strength. However, after only a few rounds, Venerable Jiang was utterly defeated by Han Li, suffering not only damage to his cultivation but also a severe blow that shattered his Dao heart. Ultimately, he was forced to retreat into seclusion for life, never to concern himself with worldly affairs again. From then on, the era of the three giants who had dominated Tiannan came to a complete end. Han Li, with his absolute strength, firmly established himself as the #1 cultivator in Tiannan. The Luoyun sect, riding on his fame, soared from an ordinary sect to become the largest sect in Tiannan, ushering in a prosperous era that lasted for 10,000 years. Then, reminded by the heavenly azure beast, Han Li, determined to replenish his missing spiritual root, resolutely ventured to the outer sea of the chaotic Star Sea. He directly sought out the level 10 Great Demon, the Golden Flood Dragon King, intending to seize its inner core and refine it into a golden spiritual root. The Golden Flood Dragon King was incredibly powerful, with numerous demon cultivators following him, including Feng Shi. However, in Han Li's eyes, these obstacles were insignificant. With his exquisite tactics and formidable strength, he not only successfully hunted down the Golden Flood Dragon King and obtained its inner core, but also easily defeated Feng Shi as if he were a mere minor monster, seizing Feng Shi's inner core, the rare dragon scale fruit tree, as well as the transplantation method and the cultivation secret technique, the bone tempering mantra. At this time, the chaotic Star Sea was in turmoil. The Star Palace and the Reverse Star Alliance, two major forces, were engaged in a full-scale war, the flames of war sweeping across the entire sea. The Star Palace, originally powerful, had suffered a significant loss of strength after its two saints self-destructed in a fierce battle with the Six-Path Supreme Saints, leaving it without a late-stage Nascent Soul cultivator to anchor it. Under the fierce offensive of the Reverse Star Alliance, the Star Palace suffered repeated defeats, its situation precarious and on the verge of destruction. In this critical moment, Ling Yuling hurriedly sent a 1,000-mile talisman to Han Li for help. Upon receiving the message, Han Li did not hesitate and rushed to the chaotic Star Sea, directly engaging in battle with Wan Tianming, the strongest fighter of the Reverse Star Alliance and a late-stage Nascent Soul cultivator. However, after a brief exchange, Han Li keenly sensed something amiss. The Wan Tianming before him was actually a reincarnation of the Six-Path Supreme Saint. The self-destruction of the two saints back then had not completely killed him. The Six-Path Supreme Saint not only possessed formidable strength but also controlled 3 late-stage Nascent Soul corpses, making his attacks exceptionally fierce. Faced with such a powerful enemy, Han Li unleashed a massive amount of evil-repelling divine thunder, instantly dispelling the threat of the corpses, and then used his unique secret technique, the Five-Hearted Demon. When the Six-Path Supreme Saint saw the Five-Hearted Demon, he was immediately horrified, never expecting Han Li to be even more demonic than himself. However, Han Li gave him no chance to breathe. The evil-repelling divine thunder and the Five-Hearted demonic beasts unleashed simultaneously, instantly obliterating the Six-Path Supreme Saint. Without its leader, the Reverse Star Alliance crumbled. This battle solidified Han Li's reputation throughout the chaotic Star Sea, his terrifying strength inspiring fear in cultivators across the entire region. Later, to avenge Nangong Wan, Han Li traveled alone to the Great Jin dynasty. This was because during the border war years ago, the treacherous fourth elder of the Yin Luo sect had secretly planted a blood soul curse on Nangong Wan, a grudge Han Li had long held. The Yin Luo sect was a powerful demonic sect with a 10,000-year history, boasting numerous nascent soul elders and the sect's most precious treasure, the Ghost Banner, making it a force to be reckoned with by ordinary cultivators. But Han Li had already devised a meticulous plan. He first used precise intelligence to successfully ambush the Yin Luo sect master, not only killing him but also seizing the powerful weapon, the Immortal Slaying Pearl, and its sect's restrictive token. After infiltrating the Yin Luo sect using a restrictive token, Han Li slaughtered over 10 nascent soul elders with unparalleled ease, wiping out the entire sect. He even forged the sect's most precious treasure, the Ghost Luo Banner, into the even more powerful Crimson Soul Banner, which he then kept for his own use. A once powerful demonic sect with a 10,000-year history was thus utterly destroyed by Han Li, vanishing from the map of the cultivation world. This event shook the entire cultivation world of the Great Jin dynasty. Everyone speculated that a nascent soul cultivator was responsible, as only a nascent soul cultivator possessed such devastating power. No one expected it to be the work of a late-stage nascent soul cultivator. Han Li thus became famous overnight, a highly sought-after figure in the Great Jin dynasty, his every move attracting widespread attention. Even Song Jili, a powerful figure in the human realm, personally came to Han Li's door, stating bluntly that Han Li's strength was now comparable to a nascent soul cultivator and that he could no longer act recklessly in the human realm, lest it cause turmoil in the cultivation world. However, an even more shocking scene was yet to come. The nascent soul cultivator, Old Demon Hu, took a liking to Ziling and attempted to forcibly take her as a concubine. How could Han Li tolerate such domineering behavior? He immediately stepped in to stop him, unleashing his powerful trump cards, the Void Heaven Cauldron, the Howling Soul Beast, and the Five-Hearted Demon to confront Old Demon Hu. Facing Old Demon Hu's full force attack, Han Li calmly countered, emerging unscathed. He even produced the Immortal Slaying Pearl, claiming he had a 30% chance of killing his opponent. This terrifying combat power left all the cultivators present speechless. Ultimately, Song Jili once again stepped in as a peacemaker, preventing a potentially mutually destructive fight. Han Li then calmly departed with Ziling, and no one dared to stop him.